Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Nader Hersh and Renu Takhar.
You're listening to the Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
We're good.
We're doing good. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
So we are both real estate agents over in Michigan. Troy is where our headquarters office is. My partner and I, Renu, we actually have best of both worlds over here. I live in Macomb, so we kind of generate a lot of leads throughout the areas, different areas. Renu lives in Canton, so I cover usually our clients in the Macomb Township area, Troy, Rochester, and those kind of areas there. And Renu's got Novi, Canton, West Bloomfield, Bloomfield Hills areas covered for us. So we got best of both worlds to cover our clients' needs everywhere.
That's awesome. That works out really well. So let's back it up a little bit. When you guys were younger, did you guys know you wanted to be agents? How did you get to where you were at?
Yeah, so I'll speak first for myself. I never was really a school person. My whole family is all educated, university degrees, and that whole works. I just never really got into it. I was always kind of business minded, got involved with my dad in business, and just always had that mindset to be an entrepreneur, right? I just kind of went wherever there was money to be made, and never really had anything in mind that I wanted to do specifically. I think maybe my dream as a kid was to be a stockbroker, but that never really panned out or happened. I never really pursued it. And just like anything, you just had a lot of experiences in different places, and I kind of got led into real estate, and I always had an interest for it in some way or form, shape or form, and it just took off.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And same here. I'm very entrepreneurial. I don't like the 9 to 5. I don't want people to tell me what to do, and I like to drive my own income. There's no ceiling.
Yeah.
I can do what I want, or I can sit back and make as few as I want. But I don't have to report to nobody. I get up when I want, do what I want, so I'm kind of like free-spirited, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I never thought I was going to be a real estate agent. I've been in the mortgage business for 25 years, but then I transitioned after the market crash, and I'm loving it.
Yeah. Did you switch like right after? Or was it, how did that?
A little bit of gap from 2008 to about 11.
Nice.
And I realized, let's go in the real estate world. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Of different walks of life, and it's just great. I love it.
That's awesome. How'd you guys meet?
So we actually, a little bit, it was kind of like in a fate in a sense, right? So we both got into, he has a lot more experience in the industry than I did, being in the mortgage world. But we used to talk about it when he transitioned, we kind of both had the same vision and goals in mind when we got into real estate. We both knew by joining a team or several teams, we could engage a lot more, learn the business a lot quicker, learn the dynamics of how these team leaders are operating a team, how they're generating leads, where they're getting their leads and business from. So we both knew that was the plan of action when we got into real estate, was to enter into these teams, learn as much as we can, and ultimately go off on our own. So we ended up meeting at a team we were on together, and we both just met, had the same thought process, like-minded, and same goals in mind. And when we met, we just kind of always talked about partnering up together and doing our own thing when the time was right. And one team led us to another. And once we hit that last team, we kind of just realized it's time to go off on our own.
Yeah.
And to echo on that, we learned the mistakes that they were making, so we won't make them.
Right.
We're still not perfect, but we fine-tuned the engine a little bit, and we got the sucker humming, and that's where we're at today.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Like
so
it.
how long have you guys been together in the partnership then with the business?
Almost 2 years now.
Okay.
Nice. I like it. So tell us about one of your guys' interesting experiences as some of your guys' properties you guys have visited. What is the most memorable one you guys have visited? Good or bad?
Yeah, that's a tough question. There's
always something, but I don't think I have anything memorable, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy has happened to us yet, thank God.
No, just yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Listing appointments on, and some of them will be just your borderline hoarder houses, right? I mean, just your own personal thoughts when you walk in, but nothing crazy has really ever happened.
Oh, you know what? I did have one. Wait a minute. I'm in Royal Oak. Listening. Went to show a client. I think the house was only like 300 grand. And I pulled up to the house and it's all dark. And then my client walks out, she's driving a very nice car. We walk inside. We couldn't even get through the side door.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was just full of stuff, so you couldn't get in.
Full of stuff.
Gotcha.
We walked in and the client that I took, she had started crying.
Wow.
She was like, God, I don't believe she's living like this. She goes, can I give her anything? Can I help her? I said, I don't know who she is, because I'm the buyer's agent. But that was my worst experience. And it was horrible. And
Yeah.
I think that was my most memorable.
It sounds like that was a big house too to fill. I mean, that would be a lot to take back out.
Yeah, I remember we did a house one time and it was so bad. I just remember seeing the photos. They told him they gave him like 6 months to clean the house.
Yeah.
The agent never went back until we showed up too. And it didn't get very much clean. It didn't get cleaned very much.
That's awesome.
I just remember that. It was a couple of years ago, but that was fun. Yeah, that's awesome. But anyways, what kind of advice could you guys give to someone kind of starting out in the business?
Yeah, so we always talked about that a lot, right? We saw a lot of agents that were on teams when we were there, and I give a lot of those people on teams credit for joining a team, right? There was always a misconception of a team, you got terrible splits, you're going to not make as much, and whatever the case is. There's somewhat truth to that, but when you're first starting out in the business, my opinion is starting out on a team is the best way to go. You've got kind of guaranteed money in some way, shape, or form there.
Yeah.
You've got instant leads right away. You've got people to lean on to ask questions, to walk you through the paperwork that you've never written before, but mainly kind of to get that experience and exposure to a lot of clients out there, right? So rather than starting out on your own, grinding it out and like just cold calling or calling for sale by owners and expireds, it's a rough grind, and it could be demotivating to somebody just getting into it, rather than joining a team, getting that rhythm going and that confidence, and then ultimately learning what to go do on your own. So I think it's good for a new agent to join a team, spend about a couple of years there at most, and then branch off on your own. So I usually look at it like most realtors are entrepreneurs, right? And they like to work for themselves. So you'll find a lot of people stuck on teams because they kind of have that fear of going somewhere and not having that list of leads there, right? Like they're used to. And then it's like that shock of where am I going to get it from?
Yeah.
Well, the whole point of being on the team is to kind of learn how to do it on your own, right? So, but for a lot of people are comfortable with having something a certain way and they're happy with what they got. So it's not for everybody to kind of be on your own, right? But that would be my best plan of action for a new agent coming in.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when you guys decided to kind of go on your own, what was the biggest thing you guys decided where you guys should join a team, like join up together versus trying to just do it solo?
Yeah, so the benefits, what we saw from these other teams were Renu and I were like-minded, right? So we had a lot of the same visions, a lot of the same thoughts as far as the pros and cons with teams that we saw. So it just clicked, right? And then starting on your own, there's a financial burden. There's kind of the scaresome of who can I lean on. So it just made sense for us to join forces financially and just to be there for each other and to walk each other through any deals that we had questions on or anything like that. So it's still good to kind of have that double support, right? And we going into this, we never really had the thought to want to grow a big team, because we saw on those bigger teams, you do get a lot more problems that come with it, right? And it's not as good for the agents on the team. So we wanted to grow something small together and then branch off and slowly hire one or two other people and just keep it where it's worth it for everybody to make really good money, right? And that's kind of at the point we're at right now.
Yeah, I think the biggest fear of leaving a team and going on your own is leverage financially. You think, if we spend X amount, are we going to get a return on that? So we went in with the same mindset and said, you know what, we're going to create a budget, we're going to try it, and God bless, man. It's better than we even expected.
Yeah.
It's been great.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. So kind of going forward in the next year, I know you guys don't want to expand your team too fast, too big either. So what do you guys have planned for the next year?
Yeah, so I mean, we've been recently trying to recruit a couple of agents to come on because we're literally at the point where we've got way too many leads. We just can't even handle them anymore. So we're working with so many buyers right now. We've got a lot of buyers too that are just waiting there, and they're maybe not getting as much attention as they should because we're just the market's crazy right now in general, right? We've got a buildup of probably in our pipeline, in our system, like 4,000 leads in our system here, and we just get more and more leads every single day, and we just can't keep up with it anymore with the amount of buyers and sellers that we're currently working with. So we need someone to come on board. We need someone to sit here, call the influx of leads that we have, take the new ones that come in, help with showings, and just even an agent that's looking to join our team, not only for leads, and we get premium leads. So Renu and I are preferred agents with Zillow, and we purchase quite a bit from Zillow. So we've got really hot leads, right? So they're people that want to see homes right now, and they're qualified buyers that are ready to pull the trigger. Yeah. I'll touch on one thing as well, and this is why we need to grow, is Renu and I just unleashed our new marketing strategy, and our new marketing campaign is we're going to be listing homes for as low as 1%. So we started to kind of advertise that out there, and just so everybody out there knows as well now. So we'll list your home as low as 1%. Of course, call us for details in regards to that, but we can do it as low as 1%. So we know we're going to start getting in a lot of listings. So we do need the help. So any agents out there that are interested in talking to us, please reach out.
That's awesome.
And for the agents who are watching, you know who you are.
Yeah, that's something we've already been talking to. I think they're, like I touched on before, I think people are they get scared of making that next step. But there's always, if you're not making what you think you should be making right now, we tried a bunch of different teams. There was good and bad with all of them. Just make the move. And if you learn one thing at one place, if it's not us or it may be us, you'll find the right spot. But if you're not doing well where you're at right now, or to the potential you think you have, it's not the right place.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know I see a lot of start to several years down the road with agents. Like I'll see some start at this brokerage, and I'll see them switch to this brokerage, and you'll see them switch to this brokerage. And I start to see where everybody joins, and they always go to this one, and then I can sell kind of what progress they're at by what brokers they're at.
Yeah, 100%.
It's kind of crazy.
Absolutely right.
But hey, I mean, you learn what you learn at each one, and then you figure out you're like, I got this. I can kind of do my own thing and go from there. But like you guys did, so that's awesome.
So not only leads and business you'll get with us, we're fun people to work with, and Renu cracks jokes, nothing all day long. Yeah, we'll buy you lunch from time to time too. So
he's like, give me a closing, I'll buy you lunch. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, if you guys had to start all over today and you had $1,000, how would you spend that first $1,000?
$1,000. I mean, here's the thing, right? It's tough in this business. That if you only have $1,000 to spend, I'd probably spend it on branding yourself or marketing yourself, right? So we still have a lot to learn with social media.
Yeah.
And we're kind of trying to learn that side and engage in it more. But in today's world, if you don't have a ton to throw at buying leads, because it can get costly, $1,000 probably best spent would be on yourself with social media marketing in some way.
Yeah, social media marketing, just branding yourself. But $1,000 can go like that. It's not a lot of money, and that's why most agents who come into the market and they spend $1,000, they think their return's gonna be $10,000. It doesn't work like that. The more you put into it, the more you're gonna get back. So $1,000 these days is not gonna get you too far, but you can brand yourself and that people, make everybody aware that you're a real estate agent. But that's about it. The return's not gonna be there. I read all the time on Facebook, I'm spending $1,500 a month and I'm not getting anything. It doesn't work like that. And you got to be consistent, and then you have to experience. You got to keep doing it. Otherwise, you're not going to get a return. If you give up, you fall through the cracks.
Yeah. So if you have $1,000, like I said before, my best advice is go join a team. because that team leader's spending tens of thousands a month, like we are, and then you can be provided with so much more. Keep that 1,000 in your pocket, learn the business, build your bankroll, and then eventually go off when you're ready.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I since you said people are spending that and they don't get anything, I remember I like getting the phone calls where like, I spent $50 on Facebook, I haven't got any return yet.
You know what? That's exactly what happens.
Yep. I spent $50. What do you mean I go get a lead?
Yeah. This doesn't work. I hate Facebook. I hate Zillow. I hate this. Yeah, well, because you're not doing it right. That's the problem.
Yep, exactly. If you guys could recommend a business book to, what's your guys' favorite book?
So you're talking to a guy that hates reading. So
Hey, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But I got
No
audiobooks.
problem.
I learned audiobooks, and I'm like, psh, I've read so many
My best
audiobooks.
method of knowledge is by hands-on experience, and then talking to people in the industry. So I'll lean on everybody. I'll ask Renu questions on the mortgage side too, that he's a lot more knowledgeable than I am.
Yeah.
I'll ask other agents that I'm friends with. And in our world, for the most part, some agents have a big ego, but for the most part, a lot of agents do like sharing knowledge with each other, right? And how to branch off, how to brainstorm. It's nice to see that they're somewhat your competitor, but they're also there to lean on. So it's really nice in this business.
Yeah.
So we asked the question we haven't read.
Yeah, we don't read.
Hey, whatever works.
That's fine.
Whatever works, right? I like it. How can people get a hold of you guys?
So you can contact us directly by phone. We answer our phones 24/7. So my phone number is 586-921-0052. Of course, always reach out on Facebook or Instagram. I'll be there as well.
And my number is 248-982-4441. Give me a call.
Sweet. Is there anything else you want to share with everyone before we go?
Oh yeah, we're just excited to venture off to the next step, and we just kind of rebranded and imaged ourselves. So we're called PLatinum Realtors now.
Sweet.
And we're going to be the list your home as low as 1%. So any people that are looking to list their home or know someone who is, reach out, and we'll get into more details on that. And then any agents out there that are interested to know more about us, give us a call.
Yeah, and I want to thank your entire team, Windows Still. You guys do an awesome job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is so happy. They go, wow, these pictures are great. you just make us look so much better.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, did you do that? Yeah, I want to. Can you list my house? That's awesome. Hey, thanks guys for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Thank you for your time.
Are these working? Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What do we got to point at? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like
It might be there.
might be right there too,
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Find it. It's red.
Yeah, and it's
Red.
blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah. I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review for listening to on Apple. That'd be cool.
5
5-star
stars,
review.
guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take
But-
4 stars.
I mean, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
No, I don't think this is working.
This is not working.